back to me. Enough is enough. They just wanna hurt us. Bring us down. Bring us down. Enough is enough. We won't let them hurt us. Bring us down. Bring us down. Enough is enough.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Indie Wrestling Corner with another episode of Under the Ropes. I'm your host as always, the queen of the indies, still fighting this cold, but we're here with another interview, and I think Alex Stretch is in a box. Are you in a box?
According to this thing, I am.
Oh. I love it. I love it.
Hello.
Hello. Hey guys, so if you're new here to the Under the Rope series, here I interview everything independent wrestling, whether it's wrestlers, promoters, referees, behind the scenes. I got you covered. If you guys got questions for Alex, feel free, drop them into the chat. Make sure you like and sub and share. Let's get some people in here, get this party started. He's all ready. I feel like that you're missing out on your Santa Claus hat here in a candy cane light too.
I think the referee might actually still have that Santa Claus hat.
Really?
I never did get that back.
Damn
It's
it.
okay. It looked better on him anyway.
There you go. I see all you guys in the chat. What's going on? Our friend Jimmy's in the chat. James, he says, hey Stretch, I know you had to get ready for this, so I wanted to break the news to you here. I'm officially training at H2O now. Thank you so much for everything. I'm eternally grateful. Congrats,
Dude, that's
Jimmy.
super awesome.
And congrats. So that means like in indie talk episodes when I'm backstage, I can actually talk to Jimmy now when I do my backstage H2O stuff. That's awesome. I'm so excited. So
He's one of the family.
yeah.
Welcome aboard, brother.
Yeah, I see Sky, I see Chad, I see Johnny, I see all you guys into the chat. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. So, as you guys all know, I keep the momentum going here and there. I got to slowly get all my H2O people on here, and I'm mixing it up with some of the other people. We had JT Dunn on the other day, but I always got you covered. I'm getting each of you H2O people on. It's just a timing thing. So I figure it was perfect because we recently had like a really insane match with you. So we'll get into that. But I always like to start off my interviews like this so that people get to learn you and like may not seen you before. So like, how did you get into professional wrestling?
Oh, wow. I had to go way back to when I was but a wee lad. Shoot, honestly, it was a Sunday morning. I was flicking through channels, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can't even remember. I must have been like 6 years old, 7 years old. And it had to have been a Sunday heat, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I see this bald guy and this not bald guy beating the crap out of each other in the middle of the ring, of this wrestling ring. I didn't know what a wrestling ring was, obviously. I'm like, whoa, this is freaking awesome. And then the other dude kicks the other guy in the stomach and bringing him down, freaking jacks his neck. Little I know, I just saw the Stone Cold Stunner. I'm watching Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock freaking destroy each other. Freaking, I don't even know what feud was going on at that time.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, I had to know more. So I started asking my parents, like, hey, what is this stuff? To which they already knew what pro wrestling was. And then, they started putting it on weekly. And, from there, I was hooked.
Damn. It's crazy, right? Like, here we are.
Please let me know if I'm rambling.
No, you're fine. We like ramble stories around here. So, so like, how did you get involved? Like, how did you start like that? You got into your training, like, where was this decision?
Okay. Here's a little bit of a story. So, one Jason Rowland, a commentator in training at the H2O Wrestling Academy,
Mm-hmm.
really good friend of mine. He and I had worked together for quite a while, and he actually convinced me to go to the first live show I had been to in probably like at least 10 years. It had been quite some time. And go figure, at that show, I would watch Matt Tremont, one Jeff Cannonball, and Mr. Insanity himself, Toby Clyde, wrestling a gorgeously brutal three-way that would, I guess you could say, it reignited this little ember that had always been burning inside of me. Like, I didn't even mention it earlier, but of course, being a reckless young youth, that whole, don't try this at home thing they constantly preached in the camera's right here. That whole don't try this at home thing that they always preached on the TVs. Well, I didn't really follow that.
Oh man, crazy, right?
Uh,
And here you are now.
and seeing this, just these guys beat each other to a bloody pulp, and just like the respect and the love, and I knew that it's what I had to do. I just didn't know how I was going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
The show ends. My buddy, a little time later, tells me that Matt's actually opening up a school. Go figure, right in my hometown. I'm like, well, now you got no excuses. So
And
I actually, he and I attended a one of Matt's pay-per-view parties. I guess it was probably the first one. I believe it was Extreme Rules. And it was there. I went up to Matt and I told him, like, I actually do. I remember exactly what I said. I was like, I appreciate what you do. I love what you do. I respect what you do. Man, I want to do what you do. And he gives me this funny look. He's like, yeah, come back in 2 weeks. So I did.
wow. And history is made pretty much. And now Jimmy in the chat, like this is like his journey too now, which is really awesome. So that's
Right? And his just began.
Yep. See, you could be
How
in
do
the
your
ring with
legs
this
feel,
guy.
Jimmy?
Let us know how it goes with that. So I always like to ask, clearly, obviously, I know you. I mean, I've been backstage. You guys have seen them. If you watch a bunch of the Indie Talks episodes, I get backstage. I chat with everybody. We were creating stuff in the background, especially for the Christmas. We were wrapping the presents of the stop sign, which didn't
I
get
love arts and
used.
crafts.
Yes, but okay. So for that fan that's never seen you wrestle before, what is probably the go-to match that you would tell them to go watch?
Shoot. I would say the match where I earned my real name. Prior to wrestling, under my actual name. Yeah. We don't bring this guy up too much. He was a little too wacky, but I was a Mr. Nothing Face, and you could say in a match with one G Raver, I believe that was at H2O's No Pity for the Weak. That was the night I earned my name.
That's so awesome.
That was the night I found my face, you could say. No, was it a bloody one?
It was so funny because I was actually like recently talking to Ryan about that, and we were talking about the character Nothing Face. So, that was actually going to be like one of my questions, actually, like, how is it the character before turning to Alex Stretch now, like, so you pretty much told that story through the G-Raver. So definitely talk that out. So, it's funny, like, most kids, that I talk to at H2O, they pretty much want to work G-Raver if they haven't already, which is great. So how's that experience for you? Like, here's this legend, now, like, he helps out, he's over at H2O, he's backstage, he's working with all you guys. So, like, give us a little of your insight with that.
I gotta say, not to come off as a mark, but it's an honor and a privilege to work with someone like him. Someone who's been there, who's done that, who freaking, to actually quote a promo I had made a while ago, he's someone who understands the need to bleed. And being able to work with him, being able to be in the ring with him, someone who understands that, someone who I knew I could finally be myself. I knew that I knew we were going to create a bloody masterpiece.
That's awesome. That's so awesome. I mean, Eddie, yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Finish your thought.
He's a very insightful person.
Yeah.
He, what's wrong? He and I actually took like a almost 8-hour car ride together. I had time to pick his brain a good bit. And continue to do so. Brains are good for picking.
Yeah. In more than one way, right? Especially when you're getting in the ring. I love it. No, he's a great guy. And, like, everybody always tells me that. I mean, we've had him on the podcast. That was a fun interview. Again, had him backstage, did some bits with him. Like, he's just really insightful, like, working with everybody. So it's interesting to watch, like, everybody, like, oh, the bucket list of G-Raver. So.
Nothing but grateful for everything he does.
Yeah. It's funny. So I brought up, Ryan Redfield. You guys had great feuds too.
Red.
So, like, what's also cool is you guys, and I want to talk about, like, your build that went to the first undiscovered no DQ match. So, like, tell us a little bit about this. I mean, this is on IWTV if people are interested in seeing as well. So, but you guys had great chemistry. You guys had a great feud. Like,
well, that wasn't me and him. That was him and Nothing Face. Yeah.
Yes. You're nothing. Yeah.
Totally different guy.
Yeah.
But that was incredible. It all started with a Singapore cane on a pole match that wasn't actually supposed to happen. He and I were actually scheduled to do two different things that night. In fact, I don't even recall what I was supposed to do. I believe he was supposed to be in a tag match. Mm-hmm. But something happened. Someone wasn't able to make it or something like that. Everything got changed. Never for that.
Yeah.
And, well, we had this cane.
Yeah. That's awesome, though. It's really, really cool.
Well, Boss Man got to looking at it, gets to looking at us, and well, I guess 2 and 2 made fish.
That's cool. That's so awesome. So, well, I hope, like, we could see more of those matches, like, in the upcoming future too. So
that was
yeah,
it was wild.
wild shit.
That was H2O Underground.
Yeah. Man, are you like Ryan, like with the thoughts of like the dictionary? I call him the encyclopedia, pretty much.
No. He don't.
He is the
Don't
encyclopedia.
even try to put
No.
me in his like. I put him on a pedestal when it comes to his
Yeah.
knowledge
It's
of
fun.
just wrestling in general.
Oh yeah.
You ask him a question, he's like,
He's good.
"Oh, you mean the pay-per-view of circa 1943 when Barry Horowitz was wrestling?" And I'm just like, "What?"
I like actually watching that happen. I think one of the days that I was hanging out at training and like Matt was asking him questions, he's like, "I'm watching the wheels turn. I'm watching the wheels turn with Ryan." It's great. Too funny. Hey, Captain Dave, I see you in the chat. What's going on?
Oh, Captain.
Captain Dave. All right, so everybody knows pretty much what one of my favorite pay-per-views of H2O was Heir to Thy Throne. Definitely one of my favorites of 2021. I'm hoping for like another one this year. So you worked Chris Bradley and Anthrax.
That was one of my favorites.
Yeah, and you got to work, with, as you guys were like showcased with like kind of like vets of the business, and you worked with Jimmy Lyon, and it was funny. I had to like rewatch this match because like I love this pay-per-view. Probably like if you're making any money off of this H2O, that is probably me because I like rewatch this shit a lot. But like,
I really appreciate that. Thank you.
yeah, like but you brought out a kitchen house prop thing, like
It was a kitchen nightmare match, people, they bring the sink. I figured, bring the whole kitchen.
yeah, no, it's okay. So like the question I guess is like, where do these props come from? Like, it's just who brought this prop?
It depends, really. Sometimes they're donated to me. Sometimes I make them. That particular thing happened to have been chilling in a garage for a long time. So, figure give it one last lease at life. And now it'll be immortalized forever.
Yeah,
To that throne.
but that was cool. It's such a cool concept that you like get to work, with, like known in the H2O world pretty much. But that was fun. This was just like a fun match, like such a great show. Such a great show.
I pride myself in my professional level of fuckery.
Hey, that's how it should be. Let's see. I got some questions in the chat. Good cop, bad cop. He said, would Alex Stretch be an anagram of Clash retext? What texts that you have sent or received made you clash with someone or vice versa? He loves
Text?
a text.
A text?
Yeah.
What texts have angered me?
Where do these questions come from?
Oh, shoot. I'll tell you what. If you're a member of any of those Facebook groups where they do the whole would this superhero beat this random cartoon character or anything like that, you've probably seen me a couple times, and believe me, I'm very quick to die on a hill.
Damn, it's like that.
Don't argue with me about Superman. Okay?
Oh, don't do a good cop, bad cop. Just don't do it. Johnny in chat goes, "Hey Alex, what matches are you looking forward to in 2022?"
Ooh. I don't know. I know there's a lot of crazy stuff coming up. I honestly am not entirely sure what I'm going to be involved in just yet. But I'm looking forward to all of it.
Okay, that's cool. There's a lot of great stuff. Yeah, they haven't really announced too much coming up. They're starting to what's it called?
Everything's still in the works.
Starting to the Hustle and Gold, the one night tournament to crown.
Now that I am looking forward to.
Yeah, that's gonna be good. So they're slowly starting to announce who's going to partake in that. So Declan Grant was one, and G Raver was another one. So make sure you're following H2O social media so you can see. You don't know. Maybe Stretch will be in it. Maybe he won't. We'll see. So that's coming up in a couple of weeks. So we're going to see because Matt vacated the title. So who knows what's going to happen. Let's see. What else? Okay, I want to talk about this because most recently you got to work Low Life Louie, you guys almost killed me, okay? Because I'm always getting dived at. I'm always being taken out by all you fucking guys. Like,
It's not intentional.
I don't know about that. I don't trust you guys anymore. I think you guys do it intentionally, especially Reed. All right, like I have like a bone pick with fucking Reed lately. Like, you know, he's always diving at me. All the photos that are captured by Earl and Chris and Amy, like,
What?
I'm there. I'm right
You're
there.
there?
I'm in the action shots. So, but you know, I got up and Jimmy was protecting me too because of your match with Louis. All right, so let's. Sorry. There's so many things we could talk about with this match. First of all, it's like the fact that you got to, you know, work Low Life Louie, which was great. The fuckery that was going on between all the objects in the ring, and again, like, you know, if you guys watch that Indie Talks with the Merry fucking Christmas, you'll see like little clips of them, you know, preparing. I posted all this stuff with the candy cane light tube, and which we're gonna go into also, and again the Christmas present.
Came in handy.
Yeah, the door, the lights, like there was a lot going on here. And I got probably the best footage over IWTV with your spot with Louis going through the freaking table because I was head on behind that, like Jimmy pulled me back. But like tell us everything.
Say you were front and center.
I really was front and center. Like it really was. So talk to us a little bit about this match, what it meant to you, you know, all the props, you know, give us the 411.
Well, honestly, everything that match meant to me can really be summed up in the promo that I had actually cut in rebuttal to Louis. That was all shoot. Coming into this, Louis was one of the first people to really welcome me and, you know, actually make me like feel like I was part of the family. Freaking believed in me. Freaking saw that there might be a few screws loose, but damn if that hamster wasn't determined. And he appreciated that about me. He appreciates that about me. Freaking it was my chance to prove to him that I could hang. It was my chance to be myself in in the ring with another person, just like I said with Raver, who understands that the only place that we can truly be ourselves is in that ring. It was an honor, a privilege, freaking. It was all I wanted for Christmas.
Aww. You can't put it better than that, right? Oh my god. But okay, so for people that don't know, like again, like I know because I get to come backstage, so I get to see. So like tell us a little bit about the prop making. Like again, like I love the light tube candy cane. I thought that was the best thing ever. I know you talked to me about it.
Thank you very much. That's actually, I'm going to give a shout out to Neil Diamond Cutter on that. He did it first and he did it better. But I took my inspiration for that from him.
Yeah. Neil Diamond Cutter is great. If you haven't listened to that podcast, definitely go check that out. But that was really cool. Like, you know, I know like some people, I forgot who it was that I was talking to, and they were saying that most people spray paint the red around it, which is so bad because you're gonna inhale that shit once it gets like hit. I think it's already bad enough with the light tubes and you're inhaling all this spooky dust, as we like to call it, and then you're having like spray paint. But this was kind of like ribbon, pretty much, right? That you like wrapped around it, which was kind of cool. And then you use like, what was it, the M&M topper, like those M&Ms, like where you get them in CVS with all the candy canes.
Those actually, it was one of the toppers from the candy cane. But that was whatchamacallit, electrical tape, red electrical tape.
Oh, that's awesome. That's all much safer.
That's a good hold.
Yes. But I love that, even again, like I said, the door was cool with the lights. And then you took like a few seconds, you're like, okay, wait, I gotta turn this on. Like next time we gotta get some music.
A lot of work into that thing.
You did. How long does this take to make these props in general?
It really depends. You know, some things. Honestly, the thing that took me the very longest, and it was mostly my fault because I procrastinated a bit on it. That would be the carpet strip barbed wire coffin.
Mhm.
That was actually for the last extravaganza show. That took me about a month and a half.
Oh, wow, that's crazy. My God. Yeah, it takes a lot of time, all this stuff, to put these props together, especially like the light tubes when they're like wrapped together.
They can get funky.
Yeah, I've watched like Alex Cologne put together some stuff and then somebody cracked it, and I, I thought he was gonna lose
That
his
man's an
shit.
artist with a light tube.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna lose his shit that day. He worked so hard to put this bat together of light tubes, and I forgot who it was that cracked it, and I thought he was gonna kill him. Much credit to everybody
I'd be
that does all this
heartbroken.
stuff. Yeah, you guys put a lot of time into this shit. So, but yeah, really, really great. And I think, where was your inspiration? I think one of the things that I forgot to bring up was your promo setting up for this, for Louis. This was probably like one of my favorite promos. Like, I really appreciate your guys' like art for promos. So even like when I do backstage stuff, even sometimes like I get promos from you guys, which are hysterical, that I put up on the channel as well. But this was great, that your promo, and then it's like you're looking around at H2O trying to get some inspiration, you're opening the fridge. I was like, damn, get the milk for the cookies that I brought in, pretty much. And here comes out the Four Locos, and then like you had Santa Claus climbing the ladder. You know, this was just a fun promo. How did this genius come about?
Well, thank you. I really appreciate the appreciation there, because not for nothing, time and love goes into any of the promo stuff we do. I can assure you of that. But if I could say what was the inspiration for that, one word and one word alone, and that would be nostalgia. You know, like that childhood search for that Christmas joy. And that's all it was.
Wow. It was fun.
It went from all I want, man, there we go. Mariah Carey. All I want for Christmas. All I wanted was a match. Which leads to us finding Matt's Turbo Man.
It was
Which
fun.
leads to us getting our match.
That was great. Sky says it's one of her favorite promos. Like, it is.
Thank you very much.
You know, and again, like, I always stress this, okay, and like, I'm a fan. You know, I'm always a fan first, and I'll always say that. But you guys taking the time, and you know, at least you guys get that recognition. Like, I will give you guys that recognition all the time, is that you guys take your time out. Even when I do these podcasts, it's like, you know, it means a lot to me, and it kind of builds these matches. So it's like, just, you know, so you guys know this too, that it is important, because there are a lot of wrestlers out there that don't take the time and put the promos out to start up, you know, to build these matches. And I feel like as a fan, I get more invested into the match from these buildups of the match. So I want you to know that you are appreciated when you guys do this. So, but I really did enjoy this promo, and then seeing Matt in it, and it was just entertaining all time around.
That's
So.
it. It's all fun too, and I feel like if you can't have fun doing a promo, you probably shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but this was definitely one. Everything Pro Wrestling, go give him some love. Go give you know, Conrad, make sure he does a little bit of everything wrestling. So you guys, if you're not following him, give him some love. He says, what is the next city you want to visit in the world?
In the world, like the whole world.
Yeah.
The whole wide world.
Yeah.
Shoot. Well, I've been saying it this long, so I can't back out on it now. I want to go to Tokyo.
Ooh. I love it. Ooh. Just like the food, I can imagine, and
Oh, shoot. There's so many
I'd be-
places around it.
I'd be afraid, to be honest with you. I wouldn't know what to eat. I think I'd be like so worried that I'm like eating something that like I probably wouldn't like. I don't know, but like you know, like you're at a menu and like, you know, another language, and you're like, shit, and you're like, oh, it's chicken maybe, and it's not chicken.
Hey,
It's
that's
like
okay.
frog legs or something.
I'll be straight up with you. Yeah, I don't need to know what it is. You can tell me what it is after I've eaten it.
Oh God.
At that point, I'm just gonna thank you for my meal, regardless.
Too funny. All right, let's talk about Destiny because it was so cool. We got to be at the ballpark. You know, there was a lot going on this show. And we could talk about the Rumble. And I see like Neil Diamond Cutter, like he just liked the the podcast and everything. So I tagged him because I wanted to, you know, give some love out to him. So, but he was one of the people in the Rumble. You were in the Rumble. We had people like Larry Legend in the Rumble. We had Casanova. Like we had a whole bunch of random names in this Rumble, which was great. So give us a little insight, you know, what this was for you in front of this crazy crowd on Halloween. Like give me the tea.
I'm not gonna lie, I can't even begin to describe how that felt. Like, just the weekend as a whole, and believe me, everything I can't even begin to get into that went into making that night happen, and then it finally happening that day. And then us getting there and me being able to not only have helped build and make it happen, but been a part of it, be a part of it. Kicking open that curtain, walking out onto the ball field, stepping onto that carpet, hearing those voices. Mm-hmm. All I can say is I fucking love you all. And I don't deserve any of them. Aww. It means everything. It really, really does.
Definite experience.
And being in there with, freaking. So it was a beautiful buffet of brutality.
That's the perfect wording for it. It really is.
I got my head split open by a gourd.
Oof.
Now that was interesting.
Oh my God. This was fun. This was a fun Rumble with all the different names in it. You're right. It really was a buffet. It was cool. So I feel like 2020.
Larry Legend. He was screaming in my ear while I was being choked out by blackout. Thanks for that, Larry. I'm not gonna forget that.
Oh man,
we'll be on the same show soon.
Oh boy, here. I'd definitely love to see that again. Larry's great. So you know, it's funny we talk. You know, you brought up Last Extravaganza. So and anybody that's like comes on this podcast, from H2O, I love talking about Last Extravaganza, like what it meant to them, what it meant to see, you know, their trainer Matt Tremont retire. I mean, now he's back. But I know it was like such an emotional night for everybody that had been there, or if they weren't there, if they were watching. Like it just meant something for anybody related to H2O, even outside of H2O. It didn't matter. Like, you know, you've seen all those posts on social, like, you know, thank you, Matt, and everything. Like, what did it mean for you to watch him retire?
I mean, this is a guy who became my mentor, my friend, inspiration. Hope he doesn't watch this. I'm gonna say one of my freaking heroes. And just seeing him soaked in blood, middle of the ring, ready to say goodbye, saying goodbye. It was a big mix of emotions.
Yeah, I see, like all over your face, like.
It's actually hard to describe.
Well, now he's back. which is
And
great.
he's back.
It was like the light switch went on. It's like he's back, and it's great because it's like he's like going down like the list of like working all, his students, which is cool.
It's funny you mention that because that was one of the biggest things that sucks was him being gone and the fact that he knows he owes me one. He owes me one. If nothing else, he owes me one. And I'm gonna get it. Oh
Boy, you hear that, guys? Right? It's gonna happen. Mark my word. Right here on the
I
pod.
promise. You're gonna want to see that one.
Johnny in the chat says, Alex, what was it like being tied up and getting hit with a steel chair with barbed wire during war with 440?
It sucked. I mean, I like to believe it may have been like its own form of acupuncture, but probably not.
Wow. I'm dead.
No, not for nothing. There's a level of me that really enjoys the beatings I take in that ring, but those they know. I'm gonna get you. Freaking everything might be cool now, but I haven't forgotten.
Okay.
All's forgiven. Nothing's forgotten.
So, do you have a title in mind that you would like to hold in the future?
I want a belt. One belt.
He's like, anyone.
One belt I've probably ever had my eyes on. And that's his belt.
Whose belt?
And one day, I'm going to win the Danny Havoc Hardcore Championship.
Let's go. I could see you with Lucky going for it now. Man's got target on his back now. Yeah.
Not so lucky, 13.
Oh, damn. There you go. Okay. Bucket list of a type of match. Anything that comes to your mind that you would love to have.
Barbed wire.
No rope barbed wire. Okay.
Drunken scaffold. Psycho circus. Oh man, so many. 200 light tubes.
Wow.
10,000 light tubes. 10,000 thumbtacks.
Oh my god.
100,000 thumbtacks.
Ooh, is there somebody in your mind that like you would love to have this match with?
Well, thumbtacks. You know, there never was a winner between me and Drew Blood.
Ooh. To the future. Let us know, Drew Blood. Let's make this happen. I'm for it. I'm all for it.
I'm just saying.
You never know. Might happen. Do you have any pre-match rituals?
Pre-match rituals. Well, I guess it really depends. I have taken a liking to your cookies. That has actually become a staple in my heart. They might have saved my life the night me and Drew Blood went at it the first time, actually. Go figure.
Yeah.
Had I not eaten those, I might not have had enough, as you could say, glucose to continue.
Oh, jeez. You did tell me that the day after. You were like, your cookies saved me.
But, aside from that, it really will depend. But aside from actually, I guess it depends if I know it's going to be bloody or not, how badly it's going to go. Freaking try to eat, but More importantly, caffeine.
Caffeine.
Wait, can we not have the?
Yeah, you're good. I was gonna tell you
I
that
don't want to
Neil.
get sued.
No, you're good. Neil's in the chat. Neil's in the chat. He goes, he shakes like a wet dog.
I've been called a wet dog.
There you go. You're gonna have your 10,000 light tube match with Neil.
You know,
But they have to be wrapped in freaking candy canes. The entire.
for you, it'll
For
happen.
me. or you just make one. That's fine for me during this match. Is
What do you say, Neil?
Oh man, that's great. I'm with it. I'm so with this 10,000 light tubes. So you let me know. Thanks.
In towers.
So do you have any goals for 2022?
2022. Help H2O grow. Travel. Travel where? I don't know. Wherever I get to. It'll be cool. You know. Go meet some interesting people. Stab them in the face with something. It'll be cool.
Neil said bet, by the way. Yeah. I'm with it. Let's make this happen. Matt, I'm with it.
Boss man.
Let's go. Boss man, make it happen. So, as Boss man's supposed to be wrestling tonight.
You know, I got a few people who owe me a few favors. Let's see, make
Well, you said you had a list for me. So, let's talk about the list.
Stretch's list of fuckery and things that I probably should not have done, but you know, it happened. Small list of injuries and wackadoo things, if you would be interested in hearing.
Yes.
Okay. I did my best to limit it to, you know, things that were actually relevant and friggin' damaging to myself. So, order isn't necessarily there so much as the order of which I could think they happen.
Mm-hmm.
I get hit in the head a lot, so. No. I have sprained both wrists and eaten concrete in my match with one G Rava. I have torn off, I don't know if you can see, the upper part of my lip
Oof.
in a match. I had to get several stitches from that.
Oh my god. You guys are a mess.
Let's see. I sprained my ankle. Now, the reason I bring that up is because it sucked. Freaking, because when it happened, I jammed my toe inward and freaking, point being, I was out for a month. It sucked. Tore my stomach. Not entirely sure how.
What?
But,
Ow?
so it's the cooler way of saying I got a hernia.
Oh boy.
But I'm not sure how it happened. Something happened in a match, and I guess as time went on, me working and working and working, one day a body slam led to a very, very terrible feeling in my stomach, which led to me going to a hospital, to them telling me, your intestinal lining is ripped open.
Oh my god.
And I was like, oh man, that sucks.
That sucks.
Let's see. That was only number 4.
Oh my god.
I actually
Holy number.
I actually did put me being beaten bloody with that barbed wire chair as number 5.
See?
Number 6, I was thrown into a coffin strip, barbed wire filled coffin. That sucked. Gashed me up pretty good. Actually, ere to thy throne, to quote, I had a gusset plate mallet smashed over my head. to which I had a little bit of protection. There was a trash can. That was nice. I cracked my skull and I burst an eardrum.
Jesus.
I
But
was
wrestling's
taking,
fake, right, guys? Wrestling's fake.
Wrestling's fake.
Jesus. I don't think anybody's made a list and brought it up on the podcast before.
It seemed like an interesting thing to do.
No, it is. It's just like, that's why I'm saying, for the people that sit out there and like, oh, wrestling's fake. Wrestling's fake. No, like, you guys get hurt. You guys bust your ass for our entertainment.
Thank you. All right, I brought up some fun ones. I brought up the nicks and knacks that people can pick at and patty whack.
Throws
I've
dog
been
about.
smashed through doors, including Santa's workshop door. I've been beaten with steel chairs, kendo sticks, trash cans, microwaves, kitchen sinks, stabbed with, but not limited to, forks, barbecue forks, stabbed with pencils, punched in the face with a candy cane light tube, slammed on various objects, including but also not limited to barbed wire, guardrails, thumbtacks, toy soldiers, Legos, Christmas balls, broken glass, etc., 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 etc. Now, the last thing, and it's actually just so I brought up all that just so I could bring this up, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
It actually happened with me and Louis recently. So, during the finish of the match, I did a moonsault onto Louis while he was stuck on the carpet strip, barbed wire, gusset plate coated Christmas tree. When I came down, my hand jammed something. I stabbed myself. This has actually happened before. I've jabbed my hand pretty badly. Didn't think anything of it. Later that night, I was helping Drew Blood fix the ring ropes. I just couldn't shake. Something's wrong with my hand. I had it wrapped up. I unwrap it, and I'm looking at it. I see something shiny.
Oh, God.
Like, ooh, a shiny. But you can't quite tell what it is. We start picking and prodding at it. We realize, oh, it's a metal shiny. So I figure, maybe I got one of the tacks from the carpet strip stuck in my hand, It happens, the little things.
Right.
Well, what I didn't take into account was the fact that, for whatever reason, there are normally, sometimes in carpet strips, there are these screws.
Oh, my God. Jeez.
Normally, and boss man Matt Tremont actually told me this, take them out. Well, me being in a rush and an idiot, this particular time feeling, nothing can really go wrong with it, right? So I don't take them out. So what happened was, when I came down, I didn't mention,
Oh, my God.
Went into my hand and was poking out like this.
Oh, my God.
I looked like Scorpion from Mortal Kombat when I moved my hand like this.
Oh,
it would come stabbing out.
No, ow!
And then it would go back in.
No!
And it would come out. And it would go back in.
Ow.
Drew Blood, Devin Moore, and Lady Blakely as my witnesses. We had to take a pair of pliers because it was in there this way. Push the flesh down, grip it, twist, and rip.
Ow.
Now that sucked.
Ow. No.
I
Hey.
still can't believe this whole thing was in my hand.
Jesus. Ow. Louis, little Louis in the chat. What's up, little Louis? What's going on?
Louis! I love you.
So, wow. Ow. Damn.
That sucked.
Yeah. See?
We were able to get it out, so that was cool.
Oh my god. Well, you didn't need anything like bad stitches wise, or
Mm-mm. It still sucks, but you can
got a
see
scar. Yeah, I see it.
for the most part it's healed over. I don't know if you
Ow!
can see the tiny hole thing. There.
Ouchie. Yeah. Ouch.
It was more like muscle on the inside. Nothing that can actually be done about it. I'm just glad, I can move the hand. It's cool. We're cool. It's
Oh
cool.
my goodness. You are nuts. Nuts, nuts, nuts. You guys are all nuts.
Remember, kids, when death matching, safety first.
Oh jeez, but wrestling's fake. Uh, so I have 2 final questions for you. If you guys got any other questions, feel free, drop them into the chat. What's some things you like to do when you're not in the squared circle, besides pull things out of your hand?
Well, I'm, a boring person, like playing video games, jamming the music. Back when the world wasn't,
Broken.
all shut down and whatnot, I like going to concerts and stuff. That's always fun. Good old mosh pit. Mosh pits are nice. I like mosh pits.
He's like dreaming about it now. You see it like in his face.
I like other, going watching other wrestling shows is always good.
Yeah.
Support indie wrestling.
Yes, big time. We're big supporters of indie wrestling here. Lewis says in the chat, who's your next dream opponent?
Oh, man.
That's
There's
a
so
good one.
many.
I know.
There's so many.
Give us 3 then.
3?
Give us 3. You never
3.
know. Things can happen here on the podcast.
I already said one of them.
Yeah.
So we'll say one bulldozer. We'll say one guy that, anyone who knows me already knows. Unfortunately, due to recent news, it might not happen. But never say never. That is one. Sabu.
You never know. That's
You never know.
That's the joy about wrestling too. You just never know.
Now, more of a possibility, because he just came back and, oh man, you can tell that guy is itching for a fight. That barefoot bastard himself. I'm coming for you, Necro.
Ooh. Ooh. I can see this happening. Shit. Damn.
It's all right. I'll take every concussion he gives me.
Oh my. You guys are crazy. All right, so I like to end off all my podcasts with this question for all the inspiring and amateur wrestlers out there. What's a piece of advice that you would give them?
Could you repeat that, please?
What's a piece of advice that you would give all inspiring and amateur wrestlers out there?
Cardio.
That's a cardio.
Not even joking.
Mike Quest's class.
Like Quest's class. Cardio, endurance. Strength will come with that. Everyone wants to focus, I gotta get bigger, I gotta blah, blah. Listen, we have kids that are in that school that are maybe $130 soaking wet. And let me tell you, those same kids will do a head scissors into a hurricanrana friggin' arm drag, sending your ass flying across the ring and out into the crowd. It's not about size. It's about endurance. You want to wrestle, cardio, and endurance. It also helps to be able to take a good shot to the head.
Ow.
That you really can't be taught.
Ow. Jeez. I can't deal.
In reality, if people know what they're doing, you should be all right.
Yeah.
Man.
He's like me.
I'm working on that.
He's like,
I
I'm a
promise.
lost cause. Taking out freaking screws out of your hand, you nut. Pretty much. Too funny. Um, too funny. All right, so we have a bunch of shows coming up with H2O. Definitely go support. They're gonna be on IWTV or Come Down. You got the Hustle and Gold coming up January 28th. There's a taping coming up too. I think the 15th, correct? They're doing the H2O underrateds again too. I didn't get that graphic for you guys. I forget. Is it like five?
They're coming back.
Was it like $5, $10? I forget how much the tickets were for the shows. It's either $5
I don't
or $10.
want to make a quote there and get yelled at.
I think it's 10. I think it's actually 10. The Undiscovereds are
Wait, it's
$5.
$10.
Yeah, the every other Monday shows are $5. I'm pretty sure. I think it's 10. The tapings. I think
The underrateds are like closed studio tapings.
Yeah, so those are fun. So you get to like sit there for a couple hours, watch a bunch of wrestling,
Yeah,
and you guys are going to Atlantic City again, which is crazy. I'm excited.
Ooh,
He's
love
dancing.
this show. Love that hall.
That was fun. It was awesome to like see you guys the last time. So you guys are going back, which is great. So we get to see like more people into the ring. So it'll be really, really exciting. So
Such a cool atmosphere.
it is. So if you guys, get your tickets for that. So yeah, a lot of great things coming with H2O. So I'm really looking forward to your guys' journey going forward. So tell everybody where they can follow you and all that stuff if they want to like support. They can find you on the medias.
You can find me on the social medias, the Facebook, Alex Stretch. I promise you won't be able to miss me. The Tweetor. I believe the name is We Are Stretch.
Yeah.
And the Instagram, which I think is Alex Stretch. I don't know.
All the links are in the description below for you guys, so you can click all those links. And he's easy, so just I got you. Where's the merch? Like, is there merch, or is there gonna be merch? The merches.
I do have merches. I have merches. I have the shirts.
There you go. So I guess it's DM for merch or in person at a show.
So,
I
also have stickers available.
Oh, how cool! Stickers. Who doesn't love stickers? So definitely support all the H2O talent. Make sure you give them some love. So
right, they're awesome.
Yes, go see a show if you guys haven't watched it. Definitely go check it out on IWTV as well. Come down to a show. It's gonna be great stuff. So, but Stretch, thanks so much for hanging out with us today. You're amazing. So don't get hurt anymore, please. I know, no promises, pretty much. Promises. It's the thing I do with everybody. Don't get hurt, Chuck. Don't go through that. I can't make any promises. 10 like 3 hours later, boom, into the barbed wire. I'm like, I told you don't go through it. I told you no promises. So that's what these guys do to me. So, but give him a follow. Make sure you support him. You'll see him backstage with any of my indie talks at H2O as well.
Feeling cookies.
Fucking cookies are a hit over at H2O. That everyone's like, you have any cookies? Any more? No, you guys demolished it the minute I walked in, including Gary from IWTV. So, but
good old Gary. Shout out to Gary.
Shout out to Gary. We love you. Thanks everybody who came into the chat, hung out with us. I appreciate you. So next week, bunch of podcasts. So make sure you're following the Indie Wrestling Corner on Twitter to see what is coming up. Martin Marcray is coming on. Nick Wayne, Goldie's coming on next week. So make sure you are subscribed to Indie Wrestling Corner. And so that's gonna be a wrap, guys. Thanks again. Stay safe and support independent wrestling. You guys have a good night.